Today we'll continue a 3-part series I had started talking about the state of Halo Infinite's store and various ways 343 can improve the system to make it more user-friendly and ways that they could honestly maximise their profit. Something that would be both beneficial to the studio and to the fans. Now, the first part of this little series did release a couple of months ago now, and it's taken me quite some time to finally continue it. And that first part was about the pricing of items in the store and the inconsistencies. Although that video is a little bit dated now, a lot of the things that I talk about still stand true, and I still stand with a lot of the stuff I said. More recent examples are the Beyond the Burrow Mythic Effect set only costing 500 credits that released during the Yappening, compared to the Birthday one that released just a couple of weeks ago, costing double the price. But anyway, in today's episode we'll be talking about the credits and 343's failure with them, but the many things they can do to improve this and make it much more likeable. We won't just be going over credits, but the currency as a whole, and comparing it to prior Halo games, and looking at some of that and how 343 could implement something that works much better. But anyway, now that that's all covered, if you do enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. I really do appreciate it, and it really does help the channel out. Without wasting any more of your time, let's jump straight in. Halo Infinite has one single currency, and that is its credits. This is a premium currency that can only be acquired by spending real money. It takes the same name as the Halo Reach credits, however these two are not similar in the slightest. All of the credits earned in Halo Reach were completely free and could be acquired through various manners. A lot of it was based on performance and the types of modes you played, but you could also earn them through the campaign, granted this would be much less. You could also acquire them through custom games and Firefight and all of that sort of stuff, but again this would be much lower quantities. It is worth mentioning the reason this isn't the case in Halo Infinite is because the multiplayer is completely free, so I wouldn't expect to be able to earn loads and loads of credits on a daily basis. However, the lack of any free credits at all is very disappointing to myself and many other fans. Now, you can earn credits in the Season 2 Battle Pass, but in order to earn these you have to pay for it anyway. None of these credits are free, you essentially just get your credits back if you complete the Battle Pass, which you can use to buy future Battle Passes. You could buy the Season 1 Battle Pass if you never purchased that, or you could purchase an item on the store. For comparison, other live service games, prime example being Fortnite, usually has a good quantity of V-Bucks available on their Battle Pass. You pay 950, but I think you can earn somewhere up to like 1,300, with 300 of those V-Bucks being free. 300 isn't going to get you very far, there's not exactly loads of options you can spend your currency on there, but you can save that up over a few months and maybe eventually be able to buy a Battle Pass for free, or be able to buy something pretty cool off the in-game shop. And I think it'd be great if 343 looked at this and did something similar. If the Season 3 Battle Pass had 1,300 credits on there, with 300 credits for free, and maybe the ultimate reward every couple of weeks being 100 credits, then players could save up and purchase themselves some armor or a weapon coating or a vehicle model. But I feel like there's many things they could do that would be a lot better than this. This is just something that I believe would be a good idea in the short term, something they could implement in Season 3 to make it a little bit more user friendly and expand upon that much more in future. Now, there has only been 3 Halo games, I believe, that have had a currency system before Halo Infinite. This being Halo Reach, as we mentioned, Halo 5, which had its rec points. These were also free and were used to purchase rec packs. You could also purchase rec packs with real world money, and they were relatively cheap, but these relied heavily on RNG. You could buy a bunch of rec packs and not get a single item you liked. The packs contained various armors, weapons, skins, or recs that could be used in the Warzone game mode. And the other more recent game that used a form of currency would be Master Chief Collection, with its season points now renamed Spartan Points. These are little tokens that you acquire again just through playing the game. There's no way to purchase these aren't a premium currency, they're all free. You get them through doing challenges or through leveling up to a certain point. So circling back around to Infinite's credits, these are of course a premium currency, you can only buy them with real world money. And they have a conversion rate of about 1,000 credits every $10, which means it's $1 for 100 credits. You can't just buy 100 credits, the lowest you can buy is 500. Now here in the UK that's about £3.59, but that's because I have Game Pass Ultimate. Without it, it would usually be $3.99, or probably $4.99 in the US. So when you see an armor set for 2,000 credits, that roughly equates to about $20. That's basically the third of a price of a AAA game, which is insane. Despite all that, I don't really think the credits themselves need to be changed majorly at all. I think the much more logical decision for 343 would be to implement a free currency alongside the credits, while still making credits free occasionally. I genuinely believe they should bring back rec points, but allow me to elaborate. When I say rec points, I don't mean rec packs, I don't mean any of the pay to win that came with Warzone, I don't mean any of the RNG that came with the pack system, I just mean as a secondary currency, bring back rec points. And these would be completely free, there would be no way to purchase them, and the way you would acquire them is through completing challenges. Right now in Halo Infinite you get 10 challenges a week with various amounts of XP provided depending on the challenge itself. Right now the 3 challenges I have left is win any PvP match, which grants me 150 XP, kill enemy Spartans, you've got to kill 20, that gives me 100 XP. Now let's say alongside the XP they also give you rec points, so for the win any PvP matches, for winning 3 matches I get 150 XP and 150 rec points. They could also maybe tie this into the current performance rewards that you get for completing multiplayer matches, like if you get the MVP of the match you get a bonus of 100 rec points. You wouldn't necessarily be able to get an infinite supply during the week as you're limited to how many challenges there is, but you could also earn more if you perform really well and get the best in your team. To make it a little bit friendlier, they could also give you an extra 50 for just getting in the top 50%. But since rec points are free, they'd realistically be worth much less than the credits. So the ISR bundle costs 600 credits, that's its sale price. What if it costs 600 credits, but cost 6,000 rec points? It would take you quite a while to be able to save up that much, but you would eventually be able to earn that for free. And really that is the problem with the credits. Most of the cosmetics in this game are available on the store, but if there was a free alternative, I would feel like I am naturally progressing and earning those items. I wouldn't have to spend my money on them, but that is there as an option. The only thing that I'd be perfectly fine with keeping behind a paywall is the Battle Pass. If that always just costs 1,000 credits, then 343 are always going to make money from that. And again, the multiplayer is free to play, so I would expect there to be some level of monetization. But if there was a free alternative for a lot of these multiplayer cosmetics, I know a lot of fans, including myself, would be much happier, even if it was a bit of a grind fest. Having something to work towards, having something to achieve, would keep me playing the game much more often. I'd want to get all my challenges done so I could earn as many rec points as possible. I'd want to perform my best so I can try and get those rec point boosts. And eventually, after saving up, I'd be able to buy myself a nice bundle or item on the shop. I guarantee there'd be much more items that I would have purchased in the first place had that been a feature, like the Longhorn vehicle model, something that I think is pretty cool but not something I'd spend my actual money on. However, if it was something I could earn for free with a free currency, then I probably would have copped it. They could also maybe implement double rec point boosts as well, so you could get the boost and swap pack for 200 credits, or you could buy an individual rec point boost for 200 credits. And this would obviously give you double the amount of rec points every time you complete a challenge or get some based on performance rewards. And this, as I said, would just give players more of a reason to keep playing the game. It would give them a reason to grind, and they'd always have something to try and achieve. Even when you've completed a battle pass, well, now you can work towards earning some of those shop items. But you could still purchase them for credits, so if someone doesn't think they're going to be able to earn the rec points in time, well, they can just buy it with credits. Of course, that's still weaponizing FOMO, which isn't necessarily a very good thing, but I'm going to elaborate more on that in the next video and how that can be dealt with. I think if every single bundle had a price tag of credits and rec points, so you could pay for it with money or you could pay for it with the free currency, then people would be much less angry towards the shop system. Basically just multiply the price tag of everything on the shop by 10 and then you'd have your rec point price. The Frostbite Armor Effect set, it's 1,800 credits, but it could be 18,000 rec points. Longhorn is 300 credits, it could be 3,000 rec points. Even though it would be a very, very grindy process to be able to acquire some of these things, at least I could earn them for free. There is some other things that I think would stay behind a paywall as well if this was the case, like all of the HCS bundles. I think if they were just credits too, and also the boosts and swaps, most of those can be kept behind a paywall, and I don't think as many people would have an issue with that. At the end of the day, when you're buying a HCS bundle, you're doing that to support the team too. And then they could implement more ways to give players this free currency anyway. There could be a daily reward system, which every day you log in could give you an XP boost, it could give you a challenge swap, it could give you a boost in rec points. Maybe every now and again could give you an actual cosmetic, like a weapon coating or an armor coating. If they wanted to, they could literally just make the ultimate reward some of the currency every now and again, whether that be credits or rec points. If the ultimate reward one week is 2,500 rec points, it gives you a big huge boost in working towards one of those armor sets you might want, so you know damn well people are going to work towards it. It would also be a good way to make people play specific modes without necessarily forcing them to do so to progress. Like the highlighted featured playlists, maybe you get an extra 50 or an extra 100 rec points every time you complete a match in that playlist, similar like you do with XP. But anyway, those are just some ideas I had on how they can try and improve the currency of the game to make it more user friendly, to make people want to play the game more, while still monetizing the game where it's not going to prevent 343 making any money from it. As I've mentioned multiple times, the game is free, so I would expect there to be some level of monetization, but it is still a Halo game, so there should still be a variety of ways to unlock these cosmetics. And I think implementing a free currency alongside the premium one is a pretty simple fix. It's something that Gears 5 managed to achieve pretty well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. How exactly would you fix the currency? Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.